Well, hello there. I'm wakasm, and this is wakasm's solo board gaming adventures. Today, Dice Throne Adventures. Scenario 4, which is a boss challenge. I've set everything up. I'm about to get started. There's a couple things to go over before I actually do gameplay elements. For this scenario, let me adjust my mic. This scenario, the boss, it's a boss scenario. The boss gets 75 health. I start with 50. I've already done all the UI elements. They start with 2 CP. We start with 4 CP. No, we start with 2 CP. What are we talking about? Let's correct that. There we go. So now I just have to do the initial card setup for the boss, and then we can get going. So first, this is how we are doing in the campaign. Like I said, scenario 4. We won the last campaign with 34 points, which was pretty good, I think. We have 7 healing salves, which I know seems like a lot. I don't know. I've never played the campaign. This is my fourth game, so I'm learning just along with you guys as I play. So yeah, let's set up the boss. We'll drop my hand and get started. As a quick summary for the boss, it's kind of a mirror match. This is the Fallen Gunslinger. As far as lore goes, I believe, since I am a gunslinger and they are Fallen Gunslinger, they're probably, I think they are my previous mentor who lost in the Dice Throne Adventures tournament. I seem to remember reading that somewhere in the story lore, but I cannot remember any of these characters' names, so I apologize. I guess I'm in it more for the gameplay. I'll try to learn more lore as I go. So about the character, they get similar skills as me: evasive, reload, knockdown. Actually, no, evasive, knockdown, and bounty. They don't do reload. And these are all their abilities. Seems like their strongest 2 abilities are Coffin Hunter on the top right and Death Wager on the bottom left. Well, I guess I know in the 7 position next to the Quicken, the defensive ability. So we'll see how this goes, but at least here's a close shot of all their abilities, so as we play, you can reference this if you need to. Alright, so let's... Ooh. I've apparently broken something. Let's do this. There we go. I think that fixes it. Okay. So, for the boss encounter, we start off by giving them abilities. And for this scenario, they get 8 combat points to spend on their abilities. And then they start with 2 combat points once the fight gets going. So the way it works is we are going to flip over cards one by one and subtract the amount of CP from their total. So they start with 8. Their first ability is Death Wager 2. Which cost 1 CP, so they are down to 7. They get this upgrade, King's Bounty 2. That's an undefendable damage upgrade. We don't love that as much, but we do get evasive, so we should be able to deal with that. So they are down to 6 combat points. Another upgrade, Hot Shot 2. It's like their normal, it's like our revolver, but does more damage. For 1 CP, so they are down to 5. Void Shot 3. I don't think we got Void Shot yet, so that is leaving them with 3 combat points. Magic Bullet 2. That's another combat point. Void Shot 2. I think we already got Void Shot 3, so we're going to skip that. And Hot Shot 3, did we get Hot Shot 2? We did, so we are only going to pay the difference of the 2. So they have 1 CP left to spend. And they would have gotten Death Wager 3, but they do not have enough CP to spend. So now that we have all their abilities, we will put them on their combat board. So Hot Shot 3, Magic Bullet 2, Void Shot 3, King's Bounty 2, Death Wager 2. So it seems like all of the left side of the board got upgraded. Luckily, their best ability did not. So that's good. All right. So let me just double check the combat points, make sure I did that correct. Yep, they spent 7 combat points in total. The last card was more than 1, so that's all they can spend. All right, so that's it. It's a lot less setup than the portal crawl portion. So the way this works is pretty simple. Every turn, at the beginning of the turn, I get to choose if I want to heal or not, which I will not. I'm at 50 health. I could heal up to 60, but I do have an equipment in my deck that lets me get more value out of the heals. So I'm hopefully going to get that out, and then maybe I'll decide to heal if I so choose. I do get 4 cards to start with. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So let's draw those 4 cards now. Regenerating Orb 3. So there we go. There's the equipment that I was talking about. Try again. Wanted. And a recall scroll. So no power ability upgrades to start the game with. So that should be interesting. So what I'm going to try to do this time is I'm going to try to put my hand, since I have room to do it, out here. I may not do it for the whole game. I don't know. I'm going to see how this feels. And this is their kind of AI deck, which I don't think needs to be there. So, all right. So those are my 4 cards. So now I could heal. Not going to do it. So then the next step is I take a full turn, and the boss takes a full turn. I take a full turn, the boss takes a full turn. So I'll take first turn. First part of my turn is the upkeep phase. I get a reload token. A reload lets me basically add damage to all my damage modifiers. Next is the income phase. So I get a CP, puts me at 3, and I get another card. Hide that. And I get a triple up, which is a draw 3. So before I do anything, I'm just going to get rid of 2 cards right away. One special thing in Dice Throne Adventures is all of your loot cards have this like bottom border with a rarity type. Any of these type of cards you can just discard at any given time to get a new card. So I'm going to do that right now because I drew no powers. I'll probably go through my whole deck like I did last time, so I'm not too worried about seeing these cards again. So when I do that, I draw a bye-bye and spin the chamber. So no power upgrades again. Not great. We like power upgrades to start with. Okay, so it's my turn. We are now going to take a main phase. You know what? I will immediately just spend 2 CP to get bounty on the enemy. So I spend 2 CP. I spend my wanted card. And that lets me put my bounty on him. So let's see what I roll. All right. So I don't even know what I want in the beginning of this. I feel like my game plan is going to be way different than against minions. I definitely want evasive early on, but they have the ability to defend. It's basically like mine, but they always do 1 damage every time they defend, so I gotta kind of keep that in mind. Um, we both roll a die. If is it greater than or equal to? No, theirs is only greater, so that's good. They didn't upgrade their ability. So, uh, so do I want to take cover or do I want to go for something a little bit more aggressive? I do have 1, 2, 4, 5, so I could try and roll for the Fen Hammer, which will give me 2 evasive and a little bit more damage. So we're gonna try that. We'll just see how this goes. I do not have any cards that let me re-roll, so this could be bad. Let's see what happens. All right, that's my second roll. Let's do I want to risk this? If I roll poorly, what are my options? If I roll poorly, I can't do anything. So you know what? I'm just going to keep this. Well, if I roll a 6, I can't do anything. If I roll a 5, a 4, a 3, or a 1 or 2, I can do something. So it's... But I really want a 3, 4, or 5. You know what? We'll risk it. We'll go for the 3. It's early. I have a lot of healing. I can do a lot of stuff. So let's see what happens. All right. So I'm right back to where I started. Not too much change. So I could take cover. So I'm going to gain an evasive, and I'm going to deal 5 damage. So we are both going to roll a dice. And since they are tied, they don't defend, but they do the 1 damage to me. So let me take that right now. Yeah, so if their roll was greater than mine, they would reduce it by half, which they don't. So I do have a bounty on them, so I do get an extra damage. So instead of doing 5 damage, I will be doing 6 to them. So that puts the enemy at 69. And I do get a CP since I have my bounty on them. And that is it for my turn. For the most part, I can play some cards, which I'm going to do. I am just going to play this equipment onto myself, which this is the healing card. If I want to heal now, instead of healing for 6, I'll be healing for 7. And I think that's all I'm going to do for this turn. So now the enemy goes. And the way this works is, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. So they're going to draw a card. So actually, they get an income phase first. Their income phase is they get 1 CP. So that puts them at 3. Now they get to draw a card. Not this time. Wait, this is my deck. What am I doing? Sorry. I'm going to just shuffle that back in because I'm not supposed to know what that is. I've tainted this play already. Okay. So, first things first is if they can... I, once again, am doing stupid stuff. Okay. This is the power deck. Alright, Whack. You got this. Recording and playing is hard. Alright. Correct deck. Here we go. So first things first, I get this bonus power on the top right. I get to draw a card. And my card is getting paid. Gives me some free CP. Next, they are going to use this card when they can if they have the CP. They have 3 CP, so they will be able to use it. And basically, this will just modify their dice roll after they roll. So they're always going for the bottom roll objective. For this, they're trying to get 2 white lightning bolts and 2 red things, cubes. Fire dice, I guess that's what those are. I have no idea what the icons actually are. Anyway, so let's roll for them. So they got, let's put this right here for them. Let's lower this a little bit. Sorry. Gonna make a little bit of room here. Okay. So what did they get? They got 2 white dice. That's all they got. So we will roll a second time. They did not get any red dice, red flaming dice. Okay, they got 1 red flaming dice, but that's it. They stop rolling. So next we check their board and we see what it is that they can do. I probably should have set this up a little bit different. I might be moving my mic and camera around a little bit. I apologize. There we go. Okay. So they are able to do hot shot. No. Do they have a straight? No, they do not. So they cannot do either of those. They can't do that. They can't do that. So the only thing they'll be able to do is hot shot 3 for 9 damage, which is quite a lot for what it is. And on any 3 of a kinds, they inflict knockdown, and they have 3 3s, so they will also inflict knockdown. This is defendable damage, so I can try to defend it. I have an evade, and I could also do my duel, and I can do them in either order. I don't have any cards that can really help me do anything, so yeah, I will do the evade first, just because it's a lot of damage. I fail the evade, so now I'm gonna do my duel, which is my defensive ability, which I also fail, so not the greatest start for me. So I take 9 damage, and I get knocked down. So that puts me at 40. I've already lost 1/5 of my health. Alright, and that is the end of their turn. They spent... Oh wait, no. It's not the end. I forgot to do this. They still also get to eat leads, so they're going to roll 5 dice. And they'll get an extra damage for every white. So I take 1 extra damage, and they inflict knockdown again, but I can only be knocked down 1 time, so that doesn't really affect me too much. So it puts me at 39. Okay. Alright, and that is the end of their turn. So at the beginning of my turn, so it's the beginning of the turn overall. I could decide to heal. I'm still not going to. I will get a CP. I also draw a card. It is an upgrade for me. So I will immediately spend my 3 CP to put it down. I'm also knocked down. So I am going to spend my getting paid to get 2 CP. But I have to spend 2 CP to get rid of the knockdown. Otherwise, I don't get to roll any dice on my offensive turn. So that goes away. And now at least I get a turn. Since I have no CP, I'm not going to play any cards. So I'm just going to attack. And I forgot to take out the enemy's dice, so let's see what's going on here. So I got a 6. Alright, that's what my roll was. So am I happy with this roll at all? I do have a 1 2, 3, but not especially excited with this roll. So I will re-roll. Okay. I also forgot to give myself a reload at the beginning of the turn during my upkeep. Being distracted by recording things at the moment. I also forgot to get rid of my knockdown, so let's take care of that too. Okay, we're focused now. So, do I like my current hand? I have a 2, 3, 5, 6, or I have a bounty hunter for undefendable damage. I like undefendable damage. I like evasive. I have no way to redo any of my dice. So the question is, do I go for this large shoot? You know what? Actually, that doesn't help me. I would need to re-roll this 2. Yeah, so we're just going to keep what I have for now. And we are going to do this bounty hunter ability, which would let me inflict bounty hunter, which he's already afflicted with bounty hunter. And I do 1 undefendable damage, which puts me to 2 because of the bounty. I get a hero CP for the damage. And then I have 2 reloads that I'm going to spend to increase this undefendable damage. So I will just roll them together since I have no ability to re-roll right now. Well, actually, no, I don't. So that gives me an extra 3 damage, puts me at 5 total damage for this attack. It's undefendable, so the boss is not going to defend. Puts the boss down to 64. And that is it for my turn. So now it is the boss's turn. The boss gets 1 CP during its income phase. Next, it's going to draw its card to see what it's going to do. Alright, so this is another modifier. It's free, so it's going to be able to do it. After it rolls, it's going to do this and do one of these powers. So we'll close this for now. Actually, yeah, we'll close this for now, and we'll roll for the boss. Actually, the boss is going for roll objective straights. All right, so it is going to keep that 3 and a 4. So the way the AI tries to roll straights is it always takes a 3, 4, 5, and then it only takes a 1 and 6 if it actually forms some sort of straight. So far, nothing it has will do that, so we re-roll again. So it's going to keep this 5, but it's going to re-roll the 2 4s. So it got its small straight, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what can it do with its dice? It can do its gun down, small straight ability, which is a 10. It cannot do hot shot, cannot do magic bullet, cannot do void shot, cannot do king's bounty, cannot do, yeah, so it's going to do gun down. You and the active player each roll 1 dice. If your roll is equal to or greater, deal 10 damage, otherwise deal 8 damage. Okay, so we're going to roll dice. Mine is greater than theirs, so they're going to do 8 damage, but they're going to do more because of this card, so we're going to roll 1 dice. They rolled a 2, so they're going to do 2 more damage, so it's back up to 10 damage towards me. I do not have any evasive, but I do have my duel, so we're going to duel them. So it is a tie, 5-5, but I did upgrade my duel. And for the upgraded version, if it's a tie, then I do get to either deal 3 damage back, or I get to prevent half of it. In this case, I will prevent half of it. So, yeah, I will just take 5 damage instead of 10. And that puts me at 34. And that is the end of the boss's turn. It did not cost any CP to do that. So, it is my turn. So I could heal. I'm going to choose not to. And the reason why I'm choosing not to is salves carry over into future scenarios and count for points. So if I want a good score, it's a good idea not to spend them. Hopefully I don't die because of it, but I don't see a way they could do 34 damage right now, so I think we're okay. All right, so next is my step. First, upkeep, I'm going to get a reload. Then income phase, I'm going to get 1 CP. I'm going to get a card. And I got the Falcon 2, which lets me look at the boss's next 3 action cards and put them back in the same order face up. So at least I have an idea of what the boss is going to do. I don't think it's worth using right now. So I'm going to immediately discard it to draw another card. And I get Vegas Baggy, which just gives me more CP, which I think I will hold on to for now, just in case. All right, so now I'm not going to cast anything else. Ooh, I could actually draw 3 cards right now. Let's do that. I am going to spend my Vegas Baby. So I get 1 CP. I'm going to use 2 CP to draw 3. First card. Second card. Alright, another upgrade at least, but I can't put it down yet because I don't have enough CP. Alright, now I'm going to attack. So I'm in this take cover scenario again. I don't have any ability to reroll anything if I decide to gamble. I have a 5-4-1-2. So let's reroll. Let's reroll that 4 once. I'm gonna reroll this 4 and hope to get a 3. And I got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lets me fan the hammer. It's basically a stronger version of take cover. I get 2 evasive. And I deal 7 damage. So he's going to be able to defend. This is defendable damage, so he's going to do that. However, my dice roll is higher, so he's just going to deal 1 damage to me. And that's it. So I am doing 7 damage plus 1. Think I was supposed to do the reload first. Yeah, so I'm not going to change that damage. I could have done it, yeah. I have to do all that first, so I'm stuck with the 8 damage. I should have done it sooner. 8 damage is still not too bad, though. Okay. And I got a CP. I think I gave it to myself already. So now that I have 3 CP, I will cast my upgrade just to get it out. My least favorite upgrade, but who knows? Maybe it will come in clutch later. Okay, so that is the end of my turn. New round. No, sorry, not new round. It's now the boss's step. So they are going to get an income. Puts them at 3. Now they are going to draw a card. Whoops, I'm stupid again. Let me reshuffle. But keep trying for my own deck. All right, so this is Eat Lead. They are rolling for. They already did Eat Lead, but they did a weaker version of Eat Lead. I did not realize they have like stronger versions of cards. Interesting. Okay. So they're rolling for 2 whites and 2 reds. They get 2 whites. They get the red. Second roll. And they get the other red. So they stop rolling. And now we see what they can do with it. They can do King's Bounty. And that's all they can do. Is the King's Bounty. So for the King's Bounty, they get to inflict bounty on me. So that's a new one. And then, what do they get to do? They deal 7 undefendable damage. Theirs is a lot stronger than my takeover. So I cannot defend it, but I can try to evade it. So I'm going to do that. So first evade, second evade. I need a 1 or a 2 to succeed. I got the 1. Okay. So I take no damage, but I do get the bounty. So the bounty's stuck on me. So since they attacked me, they do get a bounty, not a bounty point, a combat point. And I did forget to do this. I should have done this first. They would have rolled 5. And they would have added damage, but it wouldn't have mattered because I evaded all of it anyway. But just to stay true to the rules, I will roll. Oof. So they would have been doing 12 undefendable damage. Luckily, I evaded that, though. Evade is very strong. All right. And that costs 1 CP to do, so they go back down a CP. And that is the end of their turn. All right. So I did shuffle my deck, so I don't know what the next card is. So on my turn, I will take a reload. I will get a CP. This is my card, Helping Hand. I can help them re-roll or force them to. So do I want to play anything? Could remove this bounty, but for the moment, I don't really care. I haven't been able to reliably get knocked down on them yet, so it's fine. I might regret it later, but for now, we will just attack. You know, what I will do, though, is I will do this. I'm going to discard this since it's a loot card to draw a card, and it's not a power upgrade. So, boo. Boo. All right, now I will attack. This seems to be my roll of the day. 3 yellow, 2 blue. I'm just gonna keep it. I don't want to, but I'm not in the best position to. I could change the value. Yeah, I'm not in the best position right now to gamble, so I'm just gonna take this for the take cover. I'm gonna get an evasive. I'm gonna deal 5 plus 1 damage plus 1 reload. So that's 8 damage. They are going to get to defend. They don't defend. So I take 1 damage. And they take 8. Alright, so we're narrowing the damage a little bit. All right, so they get to go. So they get 1 CP for income. They get to draw a card. They get the pistol whip. Inflict knockdown on all opponents. Additionally, if you only have one opponent, inflict bounty. I already have bounty, so that is not the end of the world. I kind of wish I didn't discard that transfer status token, but it is what it is. But luckily, this costs 3 CP for them to do, so they are going to do it. So I am knocked down. I have bounty already, and now their role objective is 3 yellow and 1 red dice. And I have not been paying attention, but I'm supposed to be getting all these bonuses. Totally forgot about that with the boss. So I'm making this harder for myself. So I should have gotten a salve. I should have gotten an extra CP. And I should have gotten a power token. That is easily fixable. But I'm glad I didn't forget to see that for the salve, because salves are important. Very important. And then 1 power token. Okay. Hopefully, no more rules mistakes. So they have nothing else to do on their turn as far as cards, so we're going to hide that. But they are going to attack now. So, as a reminder, they are going for 3 yellows and a red. Alright, so they did not meet their objective. So let's see if they can actually hit us with anything. If not, they might be using their first King's Hand token. So let's see. They cannot do Hot Shot. They can do Magic Bullet. So they have at least something they can do. They won't do Void Shot. They won't do King's Bounty. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, oh, they have a big straight. So that's probably gonna be what they do. So let's see. This is an 11. This they could do as a 10. This they could do as a 21. So that's what they're gonna do. So they're gonna do Death Wager, and Death Wager says they're gonna gain 2 evasive. Do they give rules for how they use evasive? Let's see. They don't really explain how the AI decides to use their tokens. When a player with this token receives damage, they may choose to spend it. So does the AI just automatically use it? I'm not sure. I never thought about that. Anyway, they get 2 evasive tokens. I have to grab a couple more. So they now have 2 evasive. And then they're going to deal damage based off of this next roll. Let's see. So they are going to deal every white die 2 damage for every yellow die and 4 damage for every red die. So they're doing 8, 10, 12, 14. Let me make sure that's correct. 6 plus 8. Yeah, 14. Ouch. Okay. And I assume the AI uses their evasive tokens anytime they can. So that's how I'm going to play it, because I don't want to stop and look at the rules. But I'm surprised. Oh, maybe it's on the FAQ. I don't see anything about it, so I'm just going to assume that's the case. There's a few mentions that like the player should always do its best for the AI. So I guess that's how it works. Alright, so I'm taking 14 damage. I have 1 evasive token, so I'm going to try to evade this. And I do. So I take no damage. But actually, it would have been 15 because I have bounty on me. Forgot about that. But I still evade it all. But they do get a CP. So pretty lucky there for me. Okay. I think that's it for their turn then. So now it is the start of a new turn. I could heal if I want to. I'm at 32 HP. I feel pretty good that they can't do 32 points of damage in one turn, so I'm not going to heal. I will take a CP. I will draw a card. Empowered, increase your attack damage by 3 or by 6 if I have at least 2 abilities upgraded, which I do. And so that's actually risky now to use since they have 2 evasive tokens. All right. So do I want to use any of my cards? I do not. Maybe I do. Oh wait, I have knockdown too, so I totally forgot about that. So I will pay 1 to remove knockdown. That is what I will do. I just have to do it before the start of my offensive roll phase, so we're good. Okay. Alright, so I will attack. So I see a 6, 5, 4, and a 2. So I'm going to just go for the 3 because I want those 2 evasive. I'm just going to keep doing that until I get some of my upgrades out right now. Plus, he has 2 evade tokens himself, so it could be bad either way. So let's just try to get this 3. And we got the 3. All right, so we're going to fan the hammer. We're going to get 2 evasive tokens. We're going to do 7 plus 1. I forgot to take my my reload at the beginning, so let's do that. All right, so there is 8 damage. Let's use the reload. 9 damage going to the gunslinger. He is going to try to quicken, which is his defensive ability. And we tie. And I think on a tie, he does not succeed. Yes. So I take 1 damage. And he's going to take 9. Oh, wait. He's got 2 evasive tokens. So let's see if he evades. First evasive token. No. Second evasive token. No. So they go away. I mean, I believe he'd want to evade 9 damage, so that's how I have to play it. I'll look it up after. Hopefully I played it correctly. If not, please leave a comment. Tell me I played it wrong. Okay, so 9 damage. Let me just make sure that I'm correct. 7 damage plus 1 from the reload, 1 from the bounty. I get a CP point. He loses 9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. This fight's looking a little bit more reasonable. The enemy's going to go now. So they get a CP at the beginning of their turn. They're going to draw a card. Oof. Okay. They're going to get 3 elusive right now. Just got rid of their elusive. But back it comes. And their role objective is 2 white, 2 red. So they didn't get it. I'm pretty sure that second roll, they did not roll red. I don't know if I just had a brain fart there. But I think they rolled white, yellow twice. I hope. I don't have instant replay, so I don't know for sure. Hoping I didn't mess that up. So we see what they can do. They definitely can do hot shot. They don't have any straights. They don't have enough yellows to do anything extra. So they're going to do hot shot 3. They're going to do 8 damage towards me. And they have 3 threes. So I will be getting knocked down as well. I paid to get my knockdown away before. Alright, so I'm taking 8 damage. What's the order of how I want to do it this time? I will try to evade. I'll try to reduce it first with the duel. Let's do it that way. Let's save my elusives. Or my evade. I roll 1. Sorry. I forgot. I'm not doing my evade. So they beat my dice roll. So when I lose, they take a damage. Alright, I will try to evade it now. I will try to evade it again. Okay. We still got it, even though if I would have just evaded the first time, that first roll would have been good. So I take no damage. They took 1 damage. They still get a CP because I have bounty on me. And I think that's everything on their turn. I think. Gotta make sure I'm not putting their cards in my discard, which I am not. Okay, perfect. Alright, my turn. Let's do this. So on my turn, I'm gonna get a reload. I get an income, so I get a card as well. Finally an upgrade. Put it upside down. It's a showdown, costs 2. I do more damage. That's really the only difference is I do more damage. So I will put this out immediately, costing 2. And I don't have anything else that I want to play. Yeah, so let's attack. Ooh. The rare case where maybe just realized something again. On this elusive, I forgot to take the sab. Alright, so they have 1 combat point. This might be a time to try to go for the knockdown. I think I'd much prefer the evasive, but I don't really have a good enough roll to go after that. Although I still can change the value of any dice. We'll try to get another 3. So we got the other 3. We're gonna roll 1 more time. Okay, so we're gonna do the revolver 2, an ability I don't do that often. We're gonna deal 5 plus 1 reload, which puts us at 9 damage. So it is defendable. So no matter what, they are getting knocked down. So let's put the knockdown token on them. But first, they'll try to quicken, which they do succeed. So this is like one of those cases, I don't know, would they use an evade as well? Probably not, right? It's like no AI rules for this. If I was playing, I would not use an evade for this. So I just won't and hope that it doesn't matter because they're taking 9. They are reducing it to 4 damage. So they'll take 4 damage and I'll take 1. Yep, I'm not sure how to play that. Hopefully, I'll get an answer before next time. Okay. So now it is their turn. They will get 1 CP. They will get a card. It is a shootout. You and the active player each roll. So it doesn't matter even what this power is. So first I get a CP for this bonus. Let's not forget to do that. I forgot to do that a few times. But they have 2 CP right now. And if they spend the 1 CP, they have to get rid of the knockdown first, is basically what it comes down to. So they're going to get rid of their knockdown first. And that puts them at 0 CP. So they cannot afford to do the shootout. So instead, they're going to sell this card and get a CP. And that's how that works. They're still going to do their roll objective, which is white, white, yellow, yellow. Let's do that now. They got 3 of their 4. And there's the other yellow. So now we check and see what they can do with this. They can do magic bullets. They don't have a straight. That's all they can do is magic bullet. Magic bullet is deal 7 damage and roll 2 dice. And depending on what I roll, different things happen. So on a 1 and 2, just adds 2 damage. So 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Alright, so I have no evade, so I'm just going to duel them to hope to reduce it. And my dice is higher than theirs, so I do reduce it by 5. And I deal 1, no, I don't deal 1 damage. I just reduce it by 5. So I take 5 damage. And that is it for their turn. There's no other effects that happen. Their knockdown went away. Yep. Okay. So now it is my turn. I will get a CP. I will get a reload. I will get a card. Let's get rid of their card. An upgrade for me. So I'm going to put this out immediately. And that, I think, is all I'm going to do. So my main focus is to just get a turn without any evade on him. Once I do that, I'm going to try to use my empowered card to do extra damage, which is this one right here, which lets me do an extra 6 damage. That's the dream right now. That's what we're going for. So anyway, let's roll. And my favorite outcome. So I already have a small straight. I want the large straight for the 2 evasives. That's what we're going to go for. And we got the 1. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to fan the hammer. We're going to get 2 evasive. And then we're going to deal 7 damage plus 1 for the bounty. Plus whatever this reload is, which is just 1. So 9 damage. It is defendable. So he's going to do quicken first. And he succeeds. So he's going to stop 5. So again, this is another scenario where I feel like he would not use an evasive token just to reduce damage. 4 damage. I don't know, maybe he'd use 1. I don't know. We'll just say that they won't. So I take a damage. They take 4. And I think that's it. There's nothing else special that happens here. So I do not get rid of any of their evasive. I was hoping they would fail and then use the evasive tokens. Alright, so that's it for my turn. They're going to go. They get a CP, puts them at 2. They're going to draw a card. My card again. Now I shuffle. Third time I've done that. Lots of errors today. Their card is refresh. They're going to heal 2 and draw another card. I'm assuming it just replaces this. This is another card that confuses me because it has a role objective on it. We're not going to do the role objective. Not sure the scenario where we would. Maybe if they, I don't know, it's a 0 CP card, so they'll always be able to do it. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe they won't always be able to do it. Again, I drew my own card. Lesson learned. I got to put the boss deck somewhere different. Okay. 6 fusion is 4 CP. So they cannot afford to do this. But we'll hold on to it because maybe something will change. It is draw 2 cards for me, so I will do that right now. So I can change a lot of things with dice. I'm above 6 cards now, though, so at the end of my turn, I may have to discard something if I don't use it. All right. So they're trying to get their best roll, 5 reds. So at the conclusion of your offensive roll phase, change the 3 dice but the lowest value to 6. So I'm pretty lucky that they cannot afford to do this. Even with the bounty, it only puts them at 3. So this could have been bad. They got none on that first roll. They got none on that second roll. This hopped right out, which was a 3. They still ended up with a really good roll. Because it looks like they got their straight. Alright, so they did not get their roll objective, but they did get a straight, which is their best ability. So they get 2 elusive, and they roll 5 dice and deal a lot of damage towards me. Oof. Okay. So 4, 8, 10, 12, 14 damage. Plus 1 is 15 damage to me. I will just try to evade it first. And I don't evade it, but I am going to play a So Wild, which is going to let me change the value of any dice. Boss gets a CP, since it does have bounty. But I'm going to change the value of the dice I just rolled from a 6 to a 1. So I successfully evade. Oh. Well, no, yeah. If I rolled a red, oh yeah, no wait, wrong ability altogether. Yeah, I did this correctly. They gain their evasive. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I just evade all their damage. I was looking at the wrong card for a second. And they cannot afford their 6 fusion, so that's it. That's it for their turn. Alright, my turn. I'm going to get a reload. Going to get a CP. Going to draw a card. Get Fan the Hammer upgrade, which I'm going to cast right away. Or put out right away. Puts me at 1 CP. Now I'm down to 6 cards, which I guess I'll do this. I don't know. I feel like I have my roll window out so much that you never get to see the cards, but it's fine. And that is all I'm going to do on my turn. So let's roll. 6, 5, 3, 1, 1. Not my favorite. I do have my pistol whip now, which could become useful. Knockdown, undefendable damage is good for me right now, and I get an evasive, so that's what we're going to go for until I can have a turn where they have no evasive. Well, that puts me in an awkward spot because I do now have a small straight. So instead I will... So I have a small straight, so I can still pistol whip. I can do my showdown. Let's see if I can get my fan the hammer, then I'll make a choice of what I want to do. I'll re-roll my last dice. It's a 6. I will do the pistol whip instead of the showdown. Even though I could potentially do more damage, I want to force the gunslinger to use their evasive. So I get an evasive. I inflict knockdown, which is also good. And I deal 1 + 1 undefendable damage, plus a reload for another 2 damage. So 4 damage towards the gunslinger. It's undefendable, so they can't do their quicken. So they're going to try to evade. First evade. Second evade. Third evade. They got the third evade. But they did use all 3 evades to do so. So the gunslinger takes no damage. And that's it for my turn. I could have changed the value of that dice and give him some damage, but I'm not going to. Maybe I will. No, I won't. Yeah, I will. I have a helping hand, which helps forces them to re-roll a dice. So I'm gonna force them to re-roll a dice for 1 CP, and I gain a CP for the bounty. I hope I didn't give to myself already. Well, they still evade it, so their evasive ability is very strong. Okay, so that's it for my turn. They still take no damage, so they are going to get the go. They are going to get a CP. They will draw a card. I get a health back. They are going to inflict knockdown on me, which might be bad. We'll see. And they have to get rid of their knockdown. So they spend 2 more combat points. So that is everything related to them. They're going for 3 yellows and a red. I said 3 yellows and a red, and they do not get it. So let's see what they can do. They cannot do hot shot, cannot do magic bullet, cannot do void shot, cannot do king's bounty. They don't have a straight. All right, so this is the first time I've had to do a king's hand, because they cannot do any of their abilities. So I may have to consult the rules just to make sure I do this correctly. What did I do with the rules? Okay. So when they don't get a successful ability off, they will spend a token. They will remove any bad things if they had any bad things on them, which they don't. Well, except for the bounty, but that's permanent. Then they will roll, and on a 4, 5, 6, they get a whole nother offensive roll phase. So they are still trying to target this. 3 yellows and a red. Okay, they succeed. All right, so with 3 yellows and a red, they get their void shots. 6, 5, 4. They also have a small straight, but this is a higher priority, so they're gonna do straights. But this is a higher priority, so they're gonna do their void shot. They get an evasive, and then they're gonna deal 8 damage plus some more damage. So let's see. Plus 1. So they're doing 8, 9, 10 damage towards me. It is defendable. So I'm going to try my duel first in this case. And I fail. So they take a damage. They get a CP because they have bounty. And I will try to evade. So first evade. Second evade. And I do not evade either. Not successful in either. I don't have any. I have 1 CP. So no matter how I look at it, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to take 10 damage. Now things are looking a bit more dicey for me. I may have to actually heal, which I did not want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 9 salves. Okay, so that is their turn. Question is, do I want to heal? I will heal once. So I'm at 8. And I get 7 health because of this regenerating orb. Puts me at 22. Okay. So beginning of my turn, I get a reload. I get a CP, which I'm going to immediately spend 2 to get rid of this knockdown. I'm going to draw a card. Lets me force them to reroll dice for not for free. Okay. I can't afford to play anything, so I will just attack. So I can deal 6 damage with this, or I could go for the small straight. I'll probably just go for the straight because I need the evasive. So we're hoping for a 4 and a 5, at least a 4. I did not get either. So instead, I do not like my hand at all, or my dice. All right, we'll go for it again. Okay, we got the 4, so not really what I wanted. I was hoping for a 4 and a 5. I could change. No, I can't. I don't have enough CP. So I'm just going to do a small straight showdown. It's either 8 or 6 damage, which is better than what I would have got with Revolver. I don't think I would have got the 4 of a kind. So I will We will each roll 1 to start with. And it is a tie. So I'm going to be doing 8 damage to start with. I can force them to reroll a dice. So I think I'm going to go all out on this. Actually, no, they get to do a normal defense. I'm just going to do a reload. So 8 damage plus 1 from the bounty. Which I get a CP for right now. And another 3 from the reload. So that is 12 damage going to the Fallen Gunslinger. I guess they'll try to defend first, since it is defendable. They do defend, so that knocks it down to 6. And I take a damage. Now, this is a scenario where, again, I don't think they would use their evasive. Maybe they would. Maybe 6 is enough that they would use it. Like, I don't know how to... Because I have cards that could get rid of it if I wanted to really get rid of it. But potentially I could be doing a lot more damage. So we won't get rid of it again. I don't like having to make this choice, but that's how I would play. I would take the damage. So yeah. Otherwise they would have just done the evasive first. But every time they succeed on this, it makes the value of the evasive lower by half. So yeah, maybe there's an FAQ on that. If you happen to know, let me know in the comments. Okay. So next up, my turn. I'm not going to use any cards. I have six cards. There they are. So that is it for my turn. So it is their turn now. They get a CP. They draw a card. 6 fusion. At the conclusion of your offensive roll phase, change your 2 dice with the lowest value to 6. Okay, this could be bad. They will be able to afford this. I do get to draw a card though. And I get to roll again if I want to. Okay. So they're going for their biggest thing that they can do. So let's see how bad this is for me. No reds. Good start. 1 red. Oof. Alright, let me see how this resolves. They pay 2 and they turn 2 into their ultimate. However, I can force them to re-roll with a helping hand. Question is, can I... Oh, yeah, so this they do now, no matter what. Because this is the conclusion of... Oh, wait, this is the conclusion of... Yeah, at the end of the roll phase. The timing on this stuff is weird. Oh, okay. I see. So no, this doesn't happen yet. I can force them to re-roll a dice first, so that's what I'm going to do. It's the only thing I can do. And just hope they don't roll a 6. So I am down to 0 CP. I don't love that. So I'm going to force them to re-roll one of their reds. Okay. Whew. Now they take their 2 lowest dice and turn them into 6s. They spend 2 CP for that, and they get a CP for attacking me. That's a net of 1 down. Okay. I feel like I played that correctly, rules-wise. Right here. It is weird because their card is orange like mine. But it does say at the conclusion of the phase, so it sounds like I would have to do all my effects first. Okay. So what can they do with this hand? They could still do a lot to me. They can do their Coffin Hunter, which is I get knocked down. So this is going to be bad anyway. I get knocked down, and I take 9 undefendable damage, and I have no evasive. Yeah, so this is going to be really bad for me unless I draw a card that lets me get CP. Oh, wait, I can always sell stuff for CP, so I guess there's always that. Kind of forgot that's an option. All right. I can survive this. Things were looking really good until recently. I take 1 more damage because of the bounty. Yeah. So now it's my turn. I get a reload. I get a CP. I draw a card. For 1 CP, I can draw 2 cards. So I will do that first. Okay, all of this is not good for me. Well, Tippett's not too bad, but I have to sell 2 cards now. So I will sell that card. And I will sell this bye-bye because really the only thing I would get rid of, unless he has something special, is the knockdown or the bounty. I probably should have gotten rid of the bounty hunter. It's probably helping him way more than I should be allowing it, but yeah, 2 for 2, it's not worth it. So yeah. So there's my 2 CP. I'm going to pay 2 CP to get rid of my knockdown. And now I'm back at 0 CP again. Do I want to sell anything else? Increase or decrease any die by the value of 1. That might be worth selling something. Well, I'm going to get a CP from attacking, so never mind. Okay. Let's attack. This fight is ending up harder than I thought it was going to be. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I think I'm just going to take that. Fan the hammer. Yeah, going to fan the hammer. Get 2 evasive. Oh, I totally forgot. For my turn, I was going to heal. That's what I was going to do. So I'm at 11 HP. Probably should heal more, but forgot that has to happen before my turn. So I apologize for doing that out of order, but I was thinking about it. I just forgot to do it. Alright. So I'm fanning the hammer, 2 evasive. I'm dealing 8 damage, 9 damage, plus whatever my reload is, plus another 2, 11 damage. Okay, 11 damage. He's going to try to quicken. I wish he would just fail this for once, which he finally does. So now he's going to try to evade. Which he does not. Alright, so 11 damage. I said 11, right? 8 plus 1 plus 2, 11. 11 damage. And I got a CP for that. I didn't have to spend anything. Alright, it's 18 to 14. They get to go. Beginning of their turn, they get a CP. They draw a card. An attack modifier, which they'll be able to do later. Oh, no, this is my card again. This is 4 times. 4 times I've done it. Okay. Shuffle that. They get... So okay, I get to heal 1. Remove a random negative status effect from yourself and a positive status effect from the active player. So they get rid of their bounty. And they're going to take away probably my evasive would be their best choice instead of the +1. At least that's what I would do. So that's what I'm going to do. Cost them a CP. And they're going for 5 whites. Okay. So they did get 3 of a kind. And they have 4, so they're going to be doing 9 damage. I think that's the best thing that they can do. No straights. Yes. So I'm getting afflicted with knockdown. Not my favorite. And 9 damage coming to me. I will try to evade it first and see what happens. I don't evade it, so I will try to quicken against it. I do succeed, so I have the opportunity. So I have 9 plus 1 damage coming toward me. I have 10 damage coming towards me. But I could give them 3 damage instead. I have options here. I might be able to kill them on the next turn, but it's very risky. Very, very risky. Put them at 11. I would have to get something undefendable. I would have to get my Deadeye. So, let's think about this for a second. I'm going to be at 0 CP at the beginning of my next turn. I need 1 firm powered. Maybe 1 for Tippet. Maybe 1 for 6-it. So I could sell these 3 plus whatever my other card is and potentially have a really strong shot. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to gamble. I don't like it. I get some extra damage here. I don't have a bounty anymore. That's the only negative here. Yep, so I'm just going to deal 3 damage instead of halving it. Puts me at 9 health. Oof. Okay. So it is my turn. I get a CP. I'm just going to lose the 2 CP now to get rid of this knockdown. I'm going to draw a card. It's an Eat Lead, which lets me add more damage. Alright. When can I sell? I can only sell cards during the main phase. So I have to sell now. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not going to be enough to guarantee the 2. So tip it. Alright, we're going to sell these 3 cards for 3 CP. And just going to hope I roll what I want. It's definitely a heart of the dice, heart of the card moment. Alright, this is looking pretty rough. Actually, this might not be too bad after all. If I get the bounty, if I inflict bounty, I get the CP immediately. Gives me an extra CP. I'll be at 2 plus 3 plus 6. I think I can do this with what I have in front of me right now. If I tip this up to a 6 for 1. I lose a CP. If I take this, I inflict bounty on them. Where's my bounty? By doing Bounty Hunter 2, that's going to give me 2 plus 1, 3 undefendable damage, plus 1, 4 undefendable damage. Plus I cast my Empowered, which lets me do another 6 damage. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus my 2 reloads, because I forgot to give myself a reload at the beginning of the turn again. Which is another 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. Undefendable. They can't do anything about it. They have no evasive left. I mean, this is a case where if I was playing them, I probably would have held on to my evasive for longer, but I don't know. It's hard. Maybe if I would have used those evasives earlier, they would have more health. I don't know, but I don't know how to rule it. So that's it. They lose. I win. They're defeated. Yay. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Enough with that. So that's it. We go into the shop phase. So I get my sweet revenge on the Gunslinger. That was a little rough. Rougher than I thought it would be anyway. It was looking good in the beginning, but then those knockdowns really hurt. Those evasives also not too great. Although I got a lot of good evasives in, so I can't really complain too much. Anyway, at the end of the boss phase, we do the loot phase. Okay, so for the boss loot phase, we're going to get 3 level 6 loots. And we just kind of get them each time. We get to decide if we want to keep them or not. So first, that is a common loot. Gain 1 treasure. Teammates may not roll their loot die unless they pay 1. If played during a boss battle, gain 1 CP and draw 1. I think I'm okay with not taking this. 12 is a rare. Utility belt. Gain a positive status effect token directly from a chosen hero's leaflet. This token may not be unique status effect. That's kind of good, but it's kind of expensive for 2 CP. I mean, all I could give myself would be an evasive or a reload for 2 CP. So I think I'm going to pass on this too. This is probably better with more players. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, last roll. What is that? A 2. I think it was a 2. Hard to see from where I'm sitting, but yeah. Okay, another common. It's an empowered. I already have the first version of this. So what is the difference between the two? Let's just compare real quick. Oh, I have an empowered 2, not a 3. So it's just easier to power up. But I cannot take this, so I will draw another. Resilient Shield. Whenever your defensive ability is activated, prevent 1 damage. You know what? For a common, I like it. I guess that happens no matter what, right? So, yeah. I will take the Resilient Shields. So I'll take 1 of these 3 cards. Alright, so that is it for this session. Let's quickly calculate the score together. Let's remove all that. So this is a blank sheet, but scenario 4, I have 7 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 remaining salves. Forgot to update the UI for that. Let's do that real quick. So that's 7 points. We don't have any golds. 2 points for 2 unclaimed boss loot. 9 plus 20, so 29 points. Very easy to calculate. And there we go. That is it for this session of Dice Throne Adventures. I'll be doing Scenario 5 soon, so stay tuned. And thank you for watching. Please provide any feedback or rules mistakes or comments. Make fun of me. Do whatever you got to do. But I'd like to know that someone out there is watching, so I appreciate it. Until next time, this is wakasm out.